Yeah, it hurts. Very, very disappointed. We weren't able to come out this one. Disappointed in my play. Disappointed for the guys in the locker room. Special team, really is. Guys that do things the right way, prepare the right way, believe in each other, a lot of love, and it's unfortunate. It sucks.
Final play, looks like barring a penalty. Prescott over the middle of the turf, gets smoked right away, and that'll do it. The 49ers back to the championship game.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So, as you know, we're going to start off with Dallas. Let's get Dak's numbers out the way. Dak was 23 for 37, 206 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions. So, one of the interceptions led to 3, and the other interception was both interceptions were off for passes. But the second one was a tip pass that just did not need to be there. Don't know why he threw it. Shouldn't have threw it. Dak legit could have had 4 interceptions. Like 2 of those interceptions was the 2 interceptions that were not caught, just terrible passes. Like he was like, Dak, what are you doing? Just was not sharp. Just was not sharp all day. The kicking was the kicking. Maher finally made some field goals. And going back to Dak's interceptions, the 2 interceptions that he did throw, let's say those lead to 6. Let's say those lead to 6. That changes the whole dynamic of the game. Well, not 6. Let's say if they lead to 3. And so the 2 interceptions, one was just an awful pass that led to 3. And the second one was also an awful pass. It was a tip pass. You could say that Lamb should have been there, blah, 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 but it was a bad pass. Ended up getting intercepted. I think that one led to 3 as well, but I'm not really sure. But he really legit could have had 4 interceptions because it was 2 passes in there that I was like, ooh, those could have been picks if they were if the defense was playing a little bit better. Which I'm not even going to say anything about the 49ers defense. The 49ers defense was lights out, but Dak helped them be lights out because Dak did not perform at all. It was terrible. I've never seen a dude play and be invisible at the same time. He played, but he was invisible, if you guys know what I mean. Like, yeah, CeeDee Lamb had 117 yards, 10 receptions. But this is probably one of the worst games I've seen Dak play, just based off that didn't do nothing but cost your team the win. Let's say, for example, that they do get field goals on both of those drives he threw interceptions in. That changes the whole game. And at the end, you're only down 1 or 2 at that point, and so you're playing for the field goal instead of playing for a touchdown. And something I need to revert and go back to. So I posted, I forgot what social media it was. I said that Dak did a Kirk Cousins. I want to apologize to Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins might have checked the ball down, but Kellen Moore called one of the worst plays I've ever seen in NFL playoff history. This BS was crazy. I'm going to put it on the screen. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? I don't understand the play. I don't know what you were going for. I don't understand the logic in that. I don't understand the whole I'm going to try to outsmart the room. I don't understand it. And I still blame Dak for that because Dak should have been like, no, we need to run this and do that. Just overall terrible offense. And we really have to look at Dak like, is this time over? I was the one that said Dak deserved his money. I always said Dak deserved his money. Dak should have been paid accordingly for what he had done already. But I also said that they most likely shouldn't have paid him.
Is he worth $40 million? I don't think so. But the market bears that he's worth $40 million. And his price is going to be even higher that Mahomes and Deshaun are up next. And these boys are worth $40 million.
I wanted him to get his money. I definitely wanted him to get his money. But you knew what you were getting. You knew what you were getting in Dak. I did a video a couple years ago called A Curious Case of Dak Prescott. It details everything I'm talking about. I'm going to leave the link at the top. And it details all that. and what they should have did with the Dak contract and all that, and how they should have paid him earlier. But let's just be for real. Dak's not leading you to no conference finals or conference championship in the NFL. He's not leading to a conference championship. That regime is almost over. Zeke didn't look good. They couldn't run the ball yesterday because Pollard got hurt. Zeke is a shell of himself. Dak's not playing well. You got rid of Coop, and he's in Cleveland, going to do amazing next year. And it's just an overall train wreck there. But the only thing you can look forward to is that defense was stout. You let one of the most talented offenses almost ever, you held them to 19 points. So that's admirable. So the defense should not be mad about their performance. This is all on the offense. And I think Colin might have said this on one of his podcasts. You might want to think about drafting a quarterback. Now, granted, you're stuck with Dak for the next 3-4 years. But, and Dak earned that money. But he's not earning money no more. It's rough. It's hard for me to defend Dak at this point anymore. It's hard for me to defend him anymore. So, I'm going to cover him still, but I don't know, Dak. You did the Daniel Jones. We're going to talk about Daniel Jones later. You played really well one game. You tricked us. You had all Dallas fans going crazy. And then you ran into a buzzsaw. Not even a buzzsaw, because the game was close. You ran into a better coached, better team, and you laid an egg. Your defense played lights out, but you laid an egg, Dak. This loss is on you, Dak. So let's get to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, on one leg, was 22 for 30, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chad Henne was 5 for 7, 23 yards, 1 touchdown. And now I'm bringing Chad Henne up for the simple fact that one drive, when Patrick Mahomes had to go in the locker room and probably get shot up with something that's illegal. He got shot up with something else probably illegal. Let's keep it a buck. But when he wasn't there, Chad Henne was like, all right, cool, I got it. Boom, 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 boom. Right down the field, running off. Like, he only passed for 23 yards. But he held the offense together. And that's what you want to back up to do. Chad Henne is going to be in Kansas City, Lord, forever. And Kelsey doing Kelsey things, 14 receptions, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. And like I said, Patrick Mahomes is playing on one leg. He has a right ankle sprain, or he has a sprain on that leg. I think they said it was not serious, or that's it. Like, we know it's a little bit more than that, but we all know he's going to play Saturday or Sunday whenever they decide to play. So we know that. But they did what they were supposed to do against a frisky Jacksonville team. And that's really all you can ask for. Final score was 27-20, but it was never really that close. And speaking about games that were never really that close, Jalen Hurts and his squad put on an ultimate beatdown. 38-7. I'm going to be real with you. When the game was 21-0, I went to do other stuff. So it never got close. It never got close. Daniel Jones is who we thought he was. He's Daniel Jones. Hurts was 16 for 24, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. The team rushed for almost 300 yards, 268 yards. So they did their job on the ground. I thought the Giants would rush better, but the Eagles wanted to make quick work of that. It was nasty. It was nasty, man. It was nasty. If I don't get copywritten, I'm gonna show what the Eagles posted on their social media accounts after beating them for a third time.
You want to see me do it again? You want to see me do it again? You want to see me do it again?
Yeah, the game that everybody was talking about, Bills, Cincinnati. This was the game this week. On my notes, I got Joe is that guy. Now, people in my comment section were talking about, oh, man, I don't know if Cincinnati this, Cincinnati that. They got Joe Burrow. That's all that needs to be said. 23 for 36, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns. This dude is amazing. Like, he gave them boys everything that they wanted. Like, precision passes and just, I don't know. I don't even know how much. Second best guy in the league now. Took down Josh Allen, Cam Newton Jr. We'll get to him in a minute. Joe Mixon actually backed up his talking. He had 105 yards and a touchdown, 20 carries in that. So, but Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the league, and I don't even think it's close now. We'll see what happens when Lamar gets back. Kyler, but I think it's Lamar, Burrow, and then Josh Allen might lead that second group, but depending on what team Lamar goes to or how Kyler Murray does it or Trevor Lawrence or the other guys in LA for the Chargers, Justin Herbert, it depends. Where the AFC is nasty. It's the Wild Wild West, and the AFC is ridiculous. Cincinnati operated as if the Bills had no running game, which they don't. It's Josh Allen or bust. That's why I always call him Cam Newton Jr. because what was it in Carolina? It was we're going to throw a fly route to one of our small receivers, and are we going to run it with Cam? That was essentially what it was in Carolina. Now, for Josh Allen, he's a much better passer. 25 for 42, 265 yards, and an interception. No touchdowns. He wasn't Superman today. He was not Superman. And we're going to have to start having real questions about Josh Allen because it ain't like he played well up until this point. You know what I mean? But that's why I call him Cam Newton Jr. His highs are very, very high. His lows are very, very low. It was always a roller coaster watching Cam Newton play. And you'd be like, oh, my God, I can't believe he has all this talent and da-da-da. Now, he was nowhere near the passer Josh Allen was, like I said. But this is why I call him Cam Newton Jr. This is what Cam Newton used to do. He give you some good performances, and then you'd be like, Cam, what's going on? Normally he was hurt. And then when he gets back healthy, he shoots up. He has an MVP year, and then the next year they go 7-9. Now, Josh Allen hasn't failed that low yet, but that's his comp. They're calling him Brett Favre. That's not his comp. Brett Favre is nowhere near as big as Josh is. Yeah, we're going to have some real questions about Josh Allen. It's going to be some real questions we need answered about this Bills team, especially with Stephon Diggs yelling at him on the sideline and leaving the locker room. And the running back had to come back and get him, and then he was only in the locker room for a short amount of time, and then he left again. Like, that's some real questions for this team. So, I'm going to put my record, what I was this week. So we got 2 more games left, man. We got 2 more games left. Then we got the big one, and then we're gonna head into the offseason. The offseason's gonna be fun this year. I got some stuff planned for you guys. So talk to y'all soon. Enjoy the games for this week, and stay safe out there.